Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I'm really happy that you're here this evening. I want to welcome all of you that are watching on Rumble as well. I'm really grateful for all the viewers and all the listeners that show up every week, all of you who watch the replay. We really appreciate that. Hello, Robert. Hello, Richard. Hello, Joyce. So glad you guys could make it tonight. So I do have like a few announcements to make. Let me check my list here. Well, I want to remind you guys to check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, AN as in Nancy.com. And if you go there, you can find out lots of information about my books, lots of information about my cards, and all of the services that I offer. And when I redesigned my website, which I did about a month ago, I added a lot more information. So you can find out a lot more than you could on my old website. So I really like that more because it gives you more detailed information. And I think that can be really helpful, when you're looking to make some type of a purchase. Hello, Kim. So wonderful to have you here. So our next spiritual message circle will be on November 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, remember, there is only one for November and one for December because of the holidays. So you can come over to the spiritual message circle, and for a small donation of $20 or more, you would get a message from each one of the show hosts that are available that evening. So it's always a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can join us. So that will be a week from this Saturday. Also, last week on my show, I talked about doing the 25 days of gratitude. Now, I did something similar last year, but I just posted it randomly on, my Facebook page. So I know a lot of people didn't see it. So this year, what I did was I set up a group. It's called 25, the number 25 Days of Gratitude. And it's very easy to find it on Facebook. I have several posts everywhere on Facebook as well, with the link. So I tried to put the link in the comments before the show, but it wouldn't let me. So I'm going to try and do it after the show. Hello, Sarah, Super Space Cookie. Oh, Tiffany already did it. Look at that. You amaze me, Tiffany. Thank you so much. So it's a Facebook group that I started to help us focus on gratitude and how to be more grateful for what we have and how to bring more gratitude into our lives. Yesterday was day one, and it's going to run until Thanksgiving. So I hope that you will, click that link on it, come over there and join us. There's about 25 besides myself. It's a really great group. And you will recognize some of the people from the comments in the show. So, it's going to be a great spiritual family environment there as well. So I hope you can join us. November, it has begun, right? And the rest of the year is going to fly by in just a blink of an eye. November is a great time for us to focus on our blessings and, all of the good things that we have in our lives. Now, we should be doing this on a daily basis, of course, giving thanks and gratitude every day. But a lot of people focus mostly on it, this time of the year because of the Thanksgiving holiday. And, that's fine as well. But it's really important to show gratitude and to feel that gratitude deep within you. Just saying thank you or I really appreciate that. If there's no feeling behind it, it doesn't really mean anything. And you know the difference. You know the difference when it comes from someone's heart or their soul rather than when they're just words. You can feel the difference. Okay. So just keep that in mind. This is a great time of the year to be thinking about all of those things and to be thinking of all of the wonderful things and wonderful blessings that we all have in our lives. And the one thing that I was really excited about that I noticed in this group is that when people are commenting on what things they're grateful for, they're not just saying, something that's huge. It's the small things. People notice the small things, and people are being more aware of what's around them, of what they come in contact with, and they're grateful for all those small things. So, and I think that's just beautiful. It's really wonderful to read, what other people are saying, and it helps you to be us, the person reading it, to be even more grateful for their own blessings. Sometimes somebody will mention something that they're extremely grateful for, and it's something that we take for granted every day. Like someone mentioned the other day that their water had been out and they were grateful for warm water. Do we ever think about that when we turn on the shower? The only time we think about it is when we don't have it. But, we should think about those things on a daily basis. So I've been thinking a lot now that it's November and it's only 53 days till Christmas, right? 53. And it's only 60 until the end of the year. That sounds crazy. But look at how fast this year has gone by. So the rest of this year is going to be gone. It's going to be so fast. Do you enjoy the Christmas season? Do you enjoy the decorations, the lights, the tree? If you do, then, increase your joy. Put that stuff up. You don't have to wait until a certain day or time. When I was a kid, my mom would not let us put the tree up until it was after Thanksgiving. Not that we had to really talk them into doing it like the day after Thanksgiving when we got older. But when we were young, no, it was only up for like a week or two. With everybody nowadays that have such busy lives and busy schedules, we're not home as much as we used to be. So when you put your tree up like a week before Christmas, you don't get to enjoy it that much. Now, if it is something that you enjoy and you like to just sit there with that energy of Christmas and that feeling and all the sparkle, then why not do it early? Why not? We need to do more things for ourselves that bring us joy. Sarah said it was me with the water. I know, I just didn't want to call you out, Sarah. She said they're still on a boil advisory until further notice. I know that's such an inconvenience, but at least the water is running now, so that's a good thing. And with the end of the year, something else that's going to come is a lot of changes. I see a lot, or I feel, I should say, a lot of changes on the horizon for the coming year. And that's really exciting. And it's about time that we start thinking about the changes we want to make in ourselves and in our lives. Because, a lot of people start that January 1st, they got to make all these changes. It doesn't matter when you make those changes. If you need some kind of a, I don't know if you'd call it a deadline or a scheduled thing, maybe that helps you keep you accountable. A lot of people start health routines on the 1st of January, or they start an exercise routine on the 1st of January. But you can start changes any time in your life. You don't have to wait for that. But when we do come into a new year, it is nice to reflect on, how this year has gone and, different things that you might want to rid yourself of, things that you want to release from 2022. And we're going to talk more about that, in the next month or so. But it's a good idea to get that seed planted now in the back of your mind and start thinking about some things. Maybe you're kind of on the fence and you've been wanting to make some changes in your life. Maybe this is the push you need, a new year, a new start, new beginnings. It's very exciting. Now December 14th will be my Christmas giveaway show. And the first year that I did that, I remember it was right after I first started doing my show. And I asked Tiffany, I said, well, can I give stuff away on my show? And she said, sure. So I thought it was Christmas time. I'm like, I'm going to give away some stuff for Christmas. And I enjoyed it so much. It was so much fun. So I did it last year. And now I'm doing it again this year. So that's going to be on December 14th. Now, in addition to a bunch of giveaways, I'm also going to have a raffle as well. But now you do have to be present on the live show in order to win anything. So make sure that you guys are here on the 14th because I want you guys to win some stuff. Please know that your support is very much appreciated. And there's so many different ways you can support us, right? You can give financial support if you feel called to do that. You can do that through Super Chat, Super Sticker, on YouTube, Rumble Rant, or you can do that through my Venmo. My Venmo is the @ Ruth-Soltman, RUTH-S as in Sam, OLT, M as in Mary, AN as in Nancy. Or you can even contact Tiffany on how to sponsor a show. You can hit the thumbs up button to like this show. You can share the show link on social media. And you don't have to, if you forget to share it, maybe you plan on sharing it. And you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot to do that today. You can still do it after the show. People can watch the replay, right? And if you know someone, who might be very interested in what the topic is for the evening or, something like that, or you feel like they would jive really well here, then please, by all means, let them know. Now, let me see here. I saw a couple messages up here. Richard said he loves Halloween, so he does the tree after. Yeah. Sarah said, haha, I was just talking about wanting to put up my Christmas tree. I look at the tree as representing eternal, LOL, hope. That makes sense. Like evergreen means ever living. Oh, I like that, Sarah. I really love that. Yeah, I think it's wonderful when you can, we need to celebrate as much as we can every day, right? Not just celebrate, the holidays, but celebrate the small things, all of our small accomplishments. Because life is meant to be good. Life is meant to be full of joy and full of love. And we just let it get all gunked up with, stuff that we don't need to let it get gunked up with. It is pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And people are realizing that more and more. Look at when 2020 hit and all these people that were, at the office, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, they were now at home. And a lot of them have remained at home because they have realized their priorities were askew. It gives them more time and opportunity to be at home, to be in the presence of their children and their families. It makes life a little bit easier because you don't have to deal with in-person obnoxious coworkers. It saves you money because you don't have that travel, for like gas and stuff in your car going back and forth, and you save on the travel time. You don't have to commute. You only have to commute like from your bedroom to maybe your living room or whatever. So I feel like it has upgraded people's quality of life, and people don't want to go back to the way it was. They're realizing on a grander scale exactly what is important. People are reevaluating their priorities, and their priorities aren't at all what they thought they were. People are realizing that they're not happy in their current career situation or work situation, and they're looking for something else. They're starting to wake up and realize that this is not what they want to be doing for the rest of their lives. It does not light that fire in their soul. It does not bring them joy. Who would want to go and spend 8, 10, 12 hours a day doing something that does not bring you joy? It's crazy. And people have been doing it forever. But there's so much more, to life than that. Now, of course, people need to work to provide for their families and such. But I think people are trying to find a better way to do that. Richard said, clean my couch Monday and Tuesday. Rest today. Oh, excuse me. Rest today, slowly cleaning my home. Good for you. I've been decluttering a lot of my stuff as well. And I love the feeling that it gives you. You just feel lighter when you get rid of all these things that have been weighing you down. And obviously, if you can purge all these things, you weren't using them in the first place. Why did you even have them? And we all do that. We all, we fill up our homes and our offices with tons and tons of stuff. And when I was getting ready to, I had a few more things I had to make for my craft show last weekend. And as I was cleaning up my desk area, I started going through stuff. And there's stuff like that I bought like 8 years ago that I've never used. I'm like, I'm either going to use this or get rid of it because it's just taking up space. So what is the purpose in that? Hello, Sam. Sam, so wonderful to see you here. Tiffany said, when the boys were younger, we kept the tree up all year and decorated it with each holiday and season. I love that, Tiffany. I saw somebody, one of my Facebook friends does that. And I think that is so cool. Now, my daughter, Kristen, she was putting her stuff up yesterday because it was the first. As soon as Halloween's over, she starts. I don't think she has the tree all decorated yet, but she has it up. She's fluffing it, and she's got all of her other decor out. My other daughter, Amanda, she loves Christmas as well. She has pretty much a Christmas tree in every room of her house, and that is no lie. But it takes her like 2 weeks to set everything up. So I think I'm more like the simple, I want to just get it done and over with so I can just enjoy it. I don't want to spend, that much time trying to get it ready. But I think it's amazing, amazing. When people can enjoy that. And my one granddaughter, she is just like fanatic over the Christmas tree and the Christmas lights. And she would just sit on the couch in the evening and just watch the lights and look at the tree. And she's like 7 now, and she still is just so captivated by it. So I think it's really great when you can encourage that. If they waited until a couple days before Christmas to put their tree up, she's not going to be able to enjoy that. So this way she gets to enjoy it for quite a while. Sam says, I saw 6 watching and I got 5. So okay. That was for Robert. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you here. Let's see. Sarah says, as you're talking about joy, I keep hearing this song. I've got joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Oh, I love that. I had some leftover, I made some wood slice ornaments last year, and I had some left that I hadn't used. So I went through those, and I wish I would have brought one up with me to show you guys, but I got really inspired one day, and I made these ornaments, and it says joy, and it says JOY, and the O is a snowflake, a white snowflake, and then I put like a little not like a diamond thing, but in the middle, but it's nice and sparkly. And I kept hearing everyone needs more joy in their life, and that's why I was supposed to make these. But I just love the way they turned out. They look so pretty. And it is true. Everybody does need more joy in their life. We tend to think that children are the ones that are, you always hear kids are filled with joy and laughter and fun, but that's what we're all supposed to be like. That's not just for children. And there's just some kind of a magic about the whole holiday season. And you do not have to be a child to tap into that or to enjoy that at all. We can all do that. And I think it's important that we all remember that. I mean, think about what Christmas was like when you were a child. You're so excited, you got that anticipation, and, it's so much fun. And when you get older, Christmas changes when there are no small children around. It does change. I've seen that in my own life. But you adjust to it, and you still have wonderful Christmases with the grown-up kids, right? It doesn't have to be little kids. And then that recycles around, because then your children have children and you enjoy Christmas with your grandchildren. So, and that's not for everyone, I know, because not everyone has children or grandchildren, but we all have people in our lives that we love and care about, and that we look forward to spending the holidays with. So keep that in mind, when you're thinking about the holidays. This is like such a wonderful time of the year for a lot of people. But now there are also those people who this is like the worst time of the year for them, because maybe they're alone, or, maybe they have very little money, or, whatever. Maybe they're ill, maybe they're very ill. And they don't have someone to spend holidays with. It can be a very, very lonely and depressing time for people like that. So it's important to remember that. And if you know someone like that, reach out to them. And you don't have to wait for the holidays to do that. The one thing that for a while when I was younger, like, I always loved Christmas, and I loved how everyone had that, what they called the Christmas spirit, right? And even the people that I knew that were like meanies, they weren't the nicest people at that time of the year. Oh, they were a completely different person. And I used to really like that when I was a kid. And then as I got older, it started to really tick me off, because I thought, you know what, that's how you should be all the time. Don't use the holiday as an excuse to be nice to someone. That's how we need to live our life all the time. In that, what they called Christmas spirit, right? It's full of love. It's full of kindness and compassion. And that's what we need to fill our lives with every single day, not just during the holidays. And I know that every single one of you out there knows someone like that, they'll be like a bah humbug meanie all year long. But boy, Christmas time comes and they're a different person. And they can be, that's probably like the best part of them that they show you during the holidays. But they can be that person all the time, because that truly is who they are. They may not realize it. They may feel like being a crab apple gets them more attention, or whatever it is that they're looking for. Now, there are just generally some people in this world that are just plain miserable, because that's where they are in their life. And the only thing we can do, is send them love and light. That's all we can do. We can't change anyone. We can't force anyone to change. People can only change when they decide to change and when they want to change. And, we just have to accept that. Because if we want to be accepted by others, we have to accept others for who they are. So, I was thinking about when we give messages. And so it's funny, because like the day of my show, I call in my spiritual team and all my angels and guides and I sit with them, for the day. And I trust that they're going to send me the information on what they want me to talk about for the show. So today it's getting to be about 2-3 o'clock, and I'm still waiting. And all of a sudden I started getting bombarded with all this information. So I started breaking it down. And it wasn't for this show, but it's for an upcoming show. And you'll find out later on why, because of the subject. But I was like, oh yes, oh this is great. This is coming to me. This is just flowing so nicely. And then I realized it wasn't for today. So I was like, okay, so I'm still really not sure. And I kept hearing validation, verification. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? And they're talking about how when you guys get a message from us, um, it's pretty much a validation or a verification that you're getting for something that you already know. And now sometimes it's something completely different that, you might not have seen coming your way. But most of the time it is some sort of validation for what you already know, or, like something that you're thinking about and you're kind of on the fence and you kind of think you're going to go this one way, and then boom, you get a message and you get that validation. And, it's a wonderful feeling when you get that. But they just want me to remind you that most of the time, the messages that you do receive are validation of something you already know. And then those messages that when you get like the full body chills, something that resonates that deeply with you, that is because you already know it. And your body is just recognizing and responding to it. And Sam says, my son was too naughty in his daycare 15 years back, so we had to talk with him. Next day, he was well behaved at daycare, but was very naughty at home. When asked about it, he mentioned, hey, you asked me to behave at daycare. Cannot be nice all the time. So some folks choose Christmas. Oh, Sam, that is so funny. That is so funny. So just before the show, I was, asking what should I talk about? And they guided me to pick up one of my books and just open it up. And I love when this happens. It's so funny because sometimes I have asked a question and then opened up a book, and when whatever page I just opened to, there's my answer. And try that because it really works. It's pretty cool. And this is talking about healing. Oh, this is talking actually about forgiveness. But it's talking about you're able to heal, live in the now, and move on with your life. Sometimes you need closure from a situation or relationship. Others may not be willing to provide that. When you can forgive, you can create your own closure, heal, and move on. Because, when we forgive someone, that is a gift that we give to ourselves. It doesn't mean that whatever they didn't happen. It doesn't mean we're saying it's okay. We're saying we're not going to let it control our lives anymore. Can you let past hurts go, or do you hold on to them, causing yourself more pain and grief? Do you realize that if you cannot forgive, you continue to be a prisoner of your own thoughts? And, I can apply that to so many areas in my life as well. And it's very true for me. And, a lot of times when something has happened so many years ago, like we'll be ticked off about it now and heard about it now. But a lot of times the way it happened is not the way we remember it. It happened very differently than what we remember. And then we carried that along with it and just let that build up and build up. And we have to let all this stuff go. But when you forgive someone, you can look back on that situation and see it from a different perspective, because you're not looking at it anymore through all that anger or all that pain. You can look at it through a different lens and you will see it a lot more clearly. Sarah said, I've noticed that I have been feeling things much deeper, more emotional, and feeling music so much deeper too. Lots of goosebumps as confirmation. Oh, I love that. I love that. I noticed yesterday and today I've been feeling a bit emotional myself, and I don't remember what I saw or heard, and it just like I started tearing up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I so emotional? But I like feeling like that in a way because I like it when things touch me that deeply as well. That's a wonderful feeling. um, Emotional, not like, feeling sorry for someone or feeling bad for someone, but it was something really beautiful that someone did. And, it just touched me. And I like being open like that. I'm not like, blubbering, crying all over the place or anything, but it did make me tear up. And, I felt it in here. And that's a beautiful thing. Um, Now, we also have to remember to forgive ourselves as well. I know we talk about forgiveness and healing a lot, but there's a lot of people that are currently working on this. There's a lot of people that haven't started working on this. So if anything can encourage you to start doing that, I really hope it does, because you will notice such a difference in your life as you start healing all of these wounds. It's going to fill up. You're going to be able to remove these places and fill those areas inside of you up with love, with unconditional love, and with light. And it's going to raise your vibration, and it's going to change how you feel about everything, especially yourself. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you here. Sarah says, I watched a Loretta Lynn tribute show and I cried the whole time. My granny loved her, so it made me think of her while watching the show. I felt her watching with me. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Mm. Um, was that tribute show? Was that her memorial? Her memorial show that was, like, I think Sunday night. Sarah, do you know? Because I'm not sure. I'm just curious. But we're never going to be able to move forward until we do that healing. Moving forward is so important, because why would you want to stay stuck where you are, right? We don't want to stay stuck where we are. We want to be able to move forward. And it doesn't matter if you take baby steps or even if you crawl, if you're moving in that forward direction, because that's where you need to be going. Once you work through all of that stuff, it's going to feel like this enormous weight has been lifted off of you. Enormous, enormous weight. And it's just unbelievable how different you're going to feel. But we can't really move forward until we can heal all of these things from the past, all of these wounds, all of these issues. And there's, a lot of times we'll say, because we feel like we don't have time to do this stuff, we'll say, well, you know what, I'm going to start that when I get the time. But you need to make your healing a priority. Reevaluate all your priorities if you need to. Sam says, making slow progress. But you're making progress, right? But you're making progress. That's what's important. But, we have to make ourselves a priority in our own lives. We have to make our healing a priority. And, we've carried these wounds for so long that a lot of times we feel like it's not that important anymore. Oh, that happened 20 years ago. It's not affecting me. Bull. It is affecting you. Unless you have healed it and worked through it, then it is affecting you. You may not realize it. You may not see it, but it's still there. And it's going to keep showing up in other ways in your life. So you have to get that just out of the way completely. And you can do it. And, there's no time like the present to start doing this. Because as a collective, we all need to be raising our vibration. We all need to be doing this healing. We all need to shine our light brighter, right? We can't have any of this stuff bogging us down or dimming our light. We have to be very clear. We have to be a clear channel for all of this love and energy to flow. It's really important. So whatever it's going to take for you to start doing your healing work, do it. Make it a priority because you matter. You matter. And you are worthy of being happy and being free of all of this stuff. So I am going to do some messages tonight. So if anybody would like a message, please put that in the comments. And we'll see what kind of validation we can get for you. That would be kind of exciting. I've had that happen to me so many times on different shows. I've had that happen, well, with every one of the shows that I've watched. If messages I would get would always be a validation for something, because I would hear it, and it sounds different when someone else says it to you. It sounds different than it does in your own head, because you can be thinking it and feel it, just not be 100% sure. Then boom, you hear someone else say it, you're like, oh yeah, I knew that. And it's just that easy. I'm gonna write down your names. But for whatever reason, we doubt ourselves. And we all do it. We all do it. But it's wonderful when we can get that validation. Okay. And, and it's just funny, though, when we do sometimes, because it's like, whoa. I can remember this one reading I got from this girl. I was doing an angel card reading class or something online, and she was doing a reading for me. And as she was shuffling the cards, like there's like 3 cards that literally, and I saw them because she was doing it on video, fly right out of the deck. And when she picked up those cards and she read them to me, and that it like floored me, because it was exactly what I thought was going to happen. And she just said almost word for word exactly what I was thinking. And I just sat there with like head to toe goosebumps. I'm like, oh, wow, this is like the coolest thing ever. Okay, and then we have Joyce. Okay, I'm trying to get everybody's names down. And we have Robert first. And it was just cool because it was like I already knew, and it resonated so deeply with me that I just had like the head to toe goosebumps. And I just sat there, and it was just absolutely amazing. I've also had those experiences where, and this happened on one of Tiffany's shows, where she was doing some cards, and they were the musicians. And I knew what card you were going to pick for me. It was Freddie Mercury. And I knew that was the card I was going to get, even though I didn't even know that was in the deck. But I knew that before it happened. And it just kind of like, I was like, of course, it just blew me away. It blew me away. So that was pretty interesting. Sarah, thank you so much for your super sticker. Sarah. All right. Let me get some messages here. Trying to feel these are the cards I want or not. Oh, yes, I guess so, because it just flipped over for you, Sarah. Okay. I want you to trust the divine plan, Sarah. Trust the divine plan. Everything happens in divine order. It does not happen when we want it to. We can get so impatient because we're human, which makes sense. We want things to happen on our terms, but they don't. They happen according to divine plan, divine order. It always has been that way. It's always going to be that way. The best thing that we can do and that you could do is to just go with the flow. Just let things unravel, let things happen as they're supposed to. Don't try to push them, a little bit. Don't try to force things. Just let them flow naturally. And they're telling you to speak up. Speak up. Speak your truth. Don't just speak it once in a while, but speak it and live it all the time, every single day. That's what you need to do. You need to speak up and say what you need to say what you mean. Don't just say frivolous things that you don't mean, but say what you mean. And, um, sometimes we have to say things that might be a little unpleasant for the person that's listening, because sometimes, they just don't want to listen and pay attention, and they seem to not hear what we're saying. So sometimes we may pick harsh words, but try not to do that. Try to just, stay in that heart space when you're speaking, and then your words will flow the way that you want them to. And when we speak from that heart space, it's easier for us to be heard. And they're also telling you to choose your friends wisely. Choose your friends wisely. So, use discernment with people, like maybe new people that you meet. You know who your friends truly are. Sometimes people can surprise us and they go off totally in another, direction than what we had thought. But you do know who your friends are. Your gut tells you who you can trust. When you get that feeling that you can't trust that person, or they're not who they say they are, you need to go in the other direction, because that is not for your best and highest good. So I hope that resonates with you, Sarah. And Sam. Let's see what we have for Sam. And Tiffany said, I love that, Ruth. Freddie Mercury was with you at that time. Giggles. Well, let me just tell you, there's more to the story, because I feel Freddie Mercury around me a lot, and he'll talk to me. And I always, still, because I don't do mediumship or anything, or I haven't, I should say. Maybe a couple times, a deceased loved one had come through when I did a Reiki session. But, in general, that doesn't normally happen to me. So I would feel him around a lot, and like I could hear him, everything. And I thought, well, maybe that's just my imagination, because this doesn't usually happen to me. So the night of your show, when you did those cards, I said, okay, Freddie, if that's really you, then Tiffany's going to pick the Freddie Mercury card. And I just got goosebumps when I said that. But that's why I was laughing so hard when you pulled that card. I said, okay, I believe you now. I believe you. It's you. And it just kind of blew me away. So that was my validation, and it came through very loudly. But, it was great confirmation for me. Okay, Sam. What do we have for Sam? Well, from what I figured out, like with mediumship, that is pretty much just channeling energy. I think that's how I feel about it. And we do the same thing, in readings. We do the same thing in Reiki. Probably when I was in my late 20s, I took this channeling class. And this woman that did the class, she said, tonight everyone is going to channel. And I thought, yeah, okay. This was like a long, long time ago. I thought, okay. We watched her do it. We watched, who came in and everything. And, it was very mind-blowing. And she's like, you guys are going to do this during the course of this class. And I thought, wow, well, that'll be really incredible. And let me tell you, we did it more than once. And one time I channeled this French painter. I could still see his face and the picture that I had in my head. But another time when I channeled, it was a very bizarre experience. It was like total nothingness. And when the woman who was facilitating this class, she kind of tapped into this to try to figure out what was going on. And we figured out that it was a new soul that had never come to Earth, which was pretty amazing thing. And but it's all just, it's channeling energy, different, energy that's on different wavelengths, different, vibrations, different frequencies. But it's something that we could all tap into. Okay, Sam. And I'm pretty sure, Sam, you've had this card from me before. Tune out distractions. Stay focused on what you want to do and what you need to do. And, don't let anything steer you in a different direction. You know where you're heading. You know where you want to go. So don't let any distractions or obstacles get in your way. If you do, you can work with them. Don't let them be a hindrance, but work with them. Don't just try to jump over them or pretend like they don't exist, because maybe they're there, briefly to slow you down, but you just can't let them like take over for you. They're wanting you to make a plan. Make a plan. I don't know if this is some changes you want to make in your life. Maybe you need to reprioritize things a little bit and figure out exactly, what direction you want to go in. But sometimes it can help if you write things down, whether they're goals or maybe you have different steps of a plan that's going to get you to where you want to be. And a lot of times when we write this stuff down, there's energy in handwriting it, and then you get to visually see it all the time. Vision boards are great for that too. You cut out a bunch of different pictures, words, whatever, and you put them on a board, and then you see them all the time. You are reminded of it all the time, and that can help you to manifest it. And they're telling you to embrace your power. You know where you are most powerful. You know how powerful. You may not know how powerful, but you are very powerful, Sam, and you need to embrace that. You need to tap into it more and more. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let your powerfulness, frighten you or make you just want to, call it quits. Embrace it, because it's there for you. And there is nothing that you can't manifest. There is nothing you can't accomplish. And Sam. Okay, and Robert. We get to Robert. Robert. Let's see what we have for Robert. Robert, raise your vibration. Now, what can you do to raise your vibration? There's a lot of things. Music can help you raise your vibration. And I know I've seen in the comments on different shows that you love music. You can use that to help raise your vibration. Move around more. It helps the stagnant energy that's around you when you're in motion. Spending time in nature can help raise your vibration. Eating healthier. Oof, I'm burping again. Drinking more water. There's so many different things you can do to lighten your body, which is going to help to raise your vibration. So I hope that resonates with you, Robert, and I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, Richard. Oh, Sam, thank you so much for the super sticker. I just saw that. So, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see what we have for Richard. Richard. Oh, look at this. Tune out distractions, Richard. Don't let anything get in your way. Keep focused on where you want to go, because you are getting there. So keep that focus and, put out those intentions, because you can manifest things so easily into your life. We're just taught that all this stuff is hard and that, it's supposed to be hard, but it isn't. We just have to get out of our own way. So tune out anything that might distract you along the way. Sam says, say what you mean what you say, and do not be mean when you say it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Sarah said, oh, great messages and very spot on. I've been holding back to one particular person and debating whether to say something. Thank you for validating that. My circle is forever changing. Thank you so much. You are so welcome, Sarah. So you need to say it. Sam says, Sarah, what works for me is cutting cords between me and the person with gold light. Just imagine it. Put all blocks regarding the issue into a chamber and ask angels to make sure that the blocks are right ones, and then blow up the blocks. Good luck. If you try this, then do let me know how it works for you. Oh, Sam, you're welcome. Kim says, visually winning $1 billion. Robert says, thanks. And Richard, oh, you guys are so welcome. Let's see where I was at. I believe I'm at Heather. So on my list, I have Heather and Joyce. If I've missed anyone else, please let me know before we run out of time. Heather. Heather, you need to speak up. You need to speak up and speak your truth. You need to stand in your truth more. There's something that you're needing to say. Don't be afraid to be who you are and to speak your mind and to, say what you need to say. Because, once you do, it's going to empower you so much that don't hold back is what they're saying. Don't hold back. You need to do this for yourself. I'm guessing maybe it's work related. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's something that you're holding back about that you really need to speak up about. So please, Heather, please do that. Are you feeling a heaviness in your throat at all? Because a lot of times when we don't speak our truth or we don't say things that we need to say, we will feel that heaviness or a blockage. We'll cough more, or maybe have a sore throat. It's really interesting how it affects our body like it does in a physical way. Hello, Devin. Nice to see you here. And let's see, Kim. No, okay, so I hope that resonates with you, Heather. So speak up. Joyce, what do we have for Joyce? Joyce. Wow. I've noticed this on every show. There'll be one card that comes up a lot. Tune out distractions, Joyce. Don't let anything keep you from doing what you want to do and what you need to do. And I really, really hope you are writing, whether it's a journal, just notes. I just see you writing in a notebook. So I don't know if that's what you're doing or what you need to be doing. But don't let other things, make it a priority. Don't let other things keep you from doing that, because I feel like it will be very beneficial to you and that it's very important that you do this. And I know that writing has come up many times for you. So I hope that is something that you are currently working on. If not, I hope you will start. But don't let little things distract you. Don't let little things keep you from achieving, those goals. Maybe take, even if it's 15 minutes a day, and say you're just going to write for 15 minutes. Just if you write your thoughts, you write notes, it doesn't matter. It will get all of those creative juices flowing and get you in the rhythm of writing. Okay, Joyce, Kim. Oh, Kim. Oh, another repeat. Speak up, Kim. What is it that you are needing to say that you're not saying? And sometimes the speaking up, it might be something that you're not being truthful to yourself about. And you need to Speak your truth to yourself. Sometimes we can make ourselves believe whatever we want to believe. We can deny things to ourselves all we want to, but that doesn't do us any good. We need to speak up about the truth. We need to speak up about our truth. So whatever it is that you, Kim, are needing to speak up about, don't hesitate. You need to do this. You need to get this out. It's very important. So please, please speak up. Heather said, holy cow, there's a woman at my work that just hates me and is incredibly rude. I asked her to have a discussion as it appears I upset her, and that's never my intent. But it's been eating at me and making me emotional. So I've decided to sit down. Where are we? Sit down and talk to her. Ask her what I can do to make our working together on the right track. So you just validated I'm doing the right thing. So my comments were so long. Oh no, I'm glad your comments were so long. That is incredible, Heather. And that just gave me major goosebumps. I am so glad you got that validation. I am so glad. Hello, Veronica. You are here just in time. Devin. Express your joy, Devin. Express your joy. What brings you joy? I know being on the family farm brings you joy. I know spending that time outside brings you joy. I know the animals bring you joy. I hope that you are expressing that to those situations and to yourself. I hope you recognize, all these things that do bring you joy. I hope you recognize all of that. It's very important for you to do that. So I hope that resonates with you, Devin. And got a couple minutes left here. Sarah says, sending lots of love your way, Heather, for your situation. Well, that's beautiful. That is beautiful, Sarah. Joyce says, you're totally right. I start and stop. I took some college classes a while ago, and the teacher insisted I pursue some type of writing, even after I saw her out. I sought her out long after the class. She told me I had a gift I couldn't be taught. There you go. There you go. So get yourself a notebook and write it out, because there's enormous energy in writing it yourself. Of course, you'll end up transferring it to computer or whatever, but it's just a different feel when you write it. All of you on here bring me joy, Devin says. Oh, Devin. Veronica. Count your blessings. I love that. And you know how blessed you are. And I know many of the conversations we've had with you, that I've had with you, you always express that. You're grateful for this. You're so blessed for that. It's so beautiful that you recognize that all the time. So they're acknowledging you that you do this, on a regular basis. And they're thanking you. And they're saying that that's going to bring you even more blessings and more things to be grateful for in your life. So keep doing that, Veronica. That is so awesome. And just a little reminder before we go, to come on over to the 25 Days of Gratitude group on Facebook. I think it's going to be, a really great experience. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys that are on there are enjoying it as well. And it, like I said, it started yesterday and it's going to go till Thanksgiving Day. So I hope you guys can, hop on there, and it'll be a lot of fun. And you will see a lot of familiar faces. So I just want to thank you guys. Oh, thanks, Ruth. I needed that hug, Veronica said. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So I want to thank you guys all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you here next week. Everybody have a really, really great week. I love you all. Good night.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP. Join our circle of VIPs and receive exclusive access the live stream specials, and other epic perks. You can join the Goldylocks Productions VIP communities either through Patreon or the YouTube community. Join today.